Hello, hello everyone. Hello, Kevin. Thank you so much for joining us. My apologies. It is already kind of 6 hours of the event is going. So yeah, but yeah, we're welcoming you to the stage. For people who don't know, Kevin is the Chief Marketing Officer of the Coco GmbH, the largest contributing development company to the World's metaverse, which is one of the largest metaverse ecosystems available today. Kevin has dedicated his last 5 years of his career of working full time in Web3, building marketing teams and programs across Ethereum and EOS ecosystems. And before venturing into the world of DAOs and Web3, Kevin worked on Fortune 500 automotive brands such as Ford, Toyota, and Mini. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us. Please correct me if any of the if anything I said was wrong. And I'm yeah, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay, thanks for having me. And can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, I'm adding it right now to this
Okay,
stage.
great.
There
All
it
right,
is.
so hey everybody. You might have been expecting Sarah McKenna. Sarah is our CEO. She's unfortunately on a flight right now and would be unable to make it. However, I'm here in her stead. And Sergey, thank you very much for having me. Like he said, my name is Kevin Rose. I'm Chief Marketing Officer of Decoko. We're the main contributor to Alien Worlds. I actually have recorded my presentation in the interest of time, as I love to just meander and ramble about all these awesome things, Web3, gaming, AI, and DAOs. And that's what this presentation will be about. I'll be here the whole time, and afterwards, happy to answer any questions. So I'm going to start this, and you'll see my video turn off and this one turn on. So without further ado, okay, it's the same video that I sent you.
2018 with the purpose of changing the way that people collaborate.
Okay, if that's the video, that I have not changed it, so feel free to play that, and that would be a huge help.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you're most welcome.
Through decentralized governance technology, or DAOs. And since then, Decoko has been the main contributor to Alien Worlds, the largest decentralized application in the world by unique active wallets. So what is Alien Worlds exactly? It's a series of interconnected games, applications, and end-user experiences, all set within the shared metaverse of Alien Worlds, the fictional universe of Alien Worlds. And that includes a multi-blockchain architecture with DAOs, NFTs, and the native token Trillium. So anything that these three things touch is essentially a part of the Alien Worlds metaverse. Since its launch, we've seen tremendous growth in Alien Worlds across a variety of different metrics, from the amount of Trillium that's actually traded, Trillium being the utility and governance token of the Alien Worlds metaverse, to the amount of total custodians, or people that are elected to represent different organizations, decentralized organizations within the Alien Worlds metaverse. We've seen huge growth and continues to this day. So one of the secrets to Alien World's success is the place in the market that its NFTs occupy. So some NFTs will have price tags of $100,000 or more and have very little utility attached to them. Now, Alien Worlds is quite the opposite. Not only are they accessible in the market in terms of lower cost, but they are used often by a great number of people. And you can see that in our metrics here, where Alien Worlds has the highest number of owners of any NFT collection or application on the market. And this is done for a low cost. So really the barrier to entry for people to obtain different virtual items and use them in the game is far, far lower than competitors. And so the reason we're able to have so many owners with so many different transactions happening of varying complexity without people really having any issue to complete them and to just enjoy the game and their experience, is because Alien World is built on a very sophisticated blockchain architecture on a third generation blockchain known as WAX. It's based on the Antelope framework, formerly known as EOS.IO, and it can perform thousands of transactions per second without any issue. Whereas on an EVM-based chain, somebody is going to have a lot more issue having the same kind of volume, which equates to the same kind of game experience than you would on WAX. And so what WAX has been able to allow us to do is to create a smart contract at the core of one of our games in the Alien Worlds metaverse, the mining game, which is the most popular, that has 13 million daily actions at its peak and probably could do more. This is, just to give you a frame of reference, it's 65,000 times more efficient than Bitcoin. And the awesome thing is that our entire framework for the Alien Worlds metaverse built on WAX is also open source, which allows anybody to build applications, games, end user experiences, and plug into our DAOs, our NFTs, and the native token Trillium. So a little bit about Dekoko. We're a multidisciplinary international team working almost 100% remote from the United States and South America, Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, where I am. I'm pretty sure we've nailed almost all the continents, which is pretty fantastic to have such a diverse group of people and perspectives all contributing to the Alien Worlds metaverse. But we're headquartered in Switzerland, and really this is a benefit because they have very transparent and clear regulations when it comes to virtual assets, utility tokens, governance tokens, that allows us to operate freely and safely so that we can continue to build out the Alien Worlds metaverse. We're also a founder of OMA3, the Open Metaverse Alliance for Web3. And there are a number of members, especially in the last year, we've had a ton of people join, Yuga Labs being one of our biggest members. So if anybody in the crowd is interested in OMA 3, please reach out after the presentation if your organization would like to consider membership. We are working together to establish standards that will help allow for interoperability to become a reality within the different metaverses that exist out there today. So I wanted to show you a little bit more about that, the most called smart contract, which is pretty impressive. I'm going to play a little video here for you.
Alien Worlds is the most popular Web3 metaverse, with over 240,000 unique active wallets connecting daily. Within the metaverse, its most solicited smart contract action, mining, gets called up to 13 million times a day, making it the most frequently executed action of any smart contract or any blockchain in the world.
So a little bit about our tokenomics. In the first year, 450 million Trillium were emitted, and that rate declines over time. As of right now, 80% of the Trillium emitted goes to the planets, or the DAOs. We call them planetary syndicates in the game. And those 6 planetary syndicates are able to do anything that they would like with that Trillium treasury. Whether it be grants to support game development, art and content, media, to host events. And so because the Trillium emitted goes directly to the DAOs, which are run by the community, this is very empowering for them to be able to, for the community to be able to direct part of the future of where the metaverse goes, how they'd like to see it grow, how they'd like to see it be used. And it's really entirely up to them. It's a fantastic model that really creates a sense of shared ownership and community over time. So this chart might be a little bit overwhelming, but what it's meant to show you is that we really have tried to put the majority of Hey everyone, my name is Kevin Rose. I'm Chief Marketing. That's not so I said delegated proof of stake. And what I mean by that is you actually vote for custodians or human beings to represent whatever it is you voted for them for.
I think
And
I
so
need
what
help
we found is
to find the place where why it restarted. Can you please help navigating the video?
represent whatever it
You
is.
can let it play from here.
Yeah.
Are you having an issue with playback?
No. I don't remember the exact place where it stopped. So what minute it was?
You can let it play from here.
Playing from here. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever it is you voted for them for. And so what we found is Alien Worlds is about people power. And the people that sit on the custodian boards are accountable for proposals that are made and overseeing their execution. Because these are not simple code changes like you would see in a DAO that governs an automated market maker, for example, or a simple transaction that says move tokens from point A to point B, or rebalance target pool, or some DeFi aspect. This is often, I want to create they say to the community, I would like to create an animated web series based on this alien race in the Alien Worlds metaverse, and here's my story, and I would like this much trillium to get it done. And so that requires a human touch. That's not so cut and dry. That's not very binary. So the planetary custodians have a huge responsibility to represent the community and also to oversee the execution of these proposals so that content, you've heard me say this before, content, games, and media can be created as a result of these proposals. In any successful layer one blockchain, you see this model. You see a foundation. You see a distributor of capital that it allows people to build quickly and break things even faster. So we have the Galactic Hubs grant program. If you think back to the Ethereum Foundation grant program, it was a $100,000 grant in 2018 or 2017, I can't remember the year, to the Uniswap guys. And that gave birth to DeFi. And so we take the same model where we are distributing grants to a variety of diverse organizations to produce many different types of things. Tools to make playing in Alien Worlds easier, different games, animated comics, web comics, NFT series, you name it. It's about creating content, creating vibrancy, creating life within the Alien Worlds metaverse, and creating experiences that are valuable to the people that create them so that they can ultimately commercialize them and build a sustainable business out of them, but to create fun for the explorers, the users in the Alien Worlds metaverse as well. And so what we see in the community is a ton of activity at the syndicate level, the planetary level, the DAOs that are being mentioned, where they are running through hundreds of proposals for Trillium every single month. And this is across 6 planets, and all 6 of the planets have different priorities. They have different makeups of people in the community. They want different things. There are people of different backgrounds. So it's really great to see the variety that comes out of that. So Yatsu of Animoca Brands had a very good definition of the metaverse. So he said, we define the metaverse as an open, decentralized network of systems and environments connected by true digital ownership, interoperability, and community governance. And so what you can see here is the things that make up the backbone of the Alien metaverse, from the wallets that we use across multiple chains, to the different token standards that we use that are all open source, to the exchanges and tools, even the community messaging platforms that we use, which we're seeking ways to disintermediate the authority over that as well, just so we can say that there's no single point of centralized failure in the Alien Worlds metaverse. So here's a fun example of something that happened in the community that really show that DAO to earn, which is kind of what we call the model. It's an evolution of play to earn. DAO to earn incentives are powerful. In January 2023 of this year, the Alien Worlds community launched a billboard in Vegas, actually. And I'm not sure why my picture is not showing here. Apologies. We actually saw the same kind of event occur in New York Times. A planetary syndicate had set up a billboard for Alien Worlds in New York Times. And this was totally outside of Dacoco's involvement, totally and completely. It was up to the community. They organized it, they designed it, they funded it, and they executed it. So let's talk about AI. AI is probably the most important invention of our lifetimes. And that's saying something because, we were here when the internet was born and cell phones were born. And in my opinion, AI dwarfs all of that. And as powerful as it is, it poses incredible risks, which I'm sure everybody here has seen Terminator or The Matrix, and so those are all the things that exist in the back of our head. But really governing AI, regulating it is important because of how impactful it's going to be on our economy and the flow of information that reaches you and I every single day. For example, it is likely that LLMs, large language models, continue to be easier and easier to build, as almost all technology has ever been after it's been invented. And the way that you and I interface with search, like in Google, will likely be replaced by AI. And we will be interfacing with a bespoke, personal, large language model or some version of that AI that gets to know you and without you ever knowing starts to gatekeep information that it doesn't believe is relevant to you, and or starts to make decisions on information that it thinks is relevant to you. And so what becomes very important is how these AI are built, who built them, how did they train them, what data did they train them on. And decentralized governance is really good at providing transparency and provenance to anything it touches. You can see a full history of data as it happened on the blockchain. It's fully auditable and viewable by anybody with an internet connection. And where we come in with where we think this is going to go, DAOs allow for widespread communities, distributed communities, to be able to jointly govern how these things are built as well. And so we ultimately think that decentralized governance of AI is going to play an incredibly important role in the future. Another reason why we think DAOs will be great for governing AI, but really great for governing most things, is because of the shared token ownership. It blends the roles of owner, creator, user, beneficiary, usually into the same person. And it becomes this management of the commons that we see successfully playing out in places like Alien Worlds. Where we'd like to see this is that this model allows everybody to have a stake in the things that they love, enjoy, contribute to, consume, and value. And we do that through these token economies. And so the best example of this is that Dacoco is not, as the main contributor to Alien Worlds, Dacoco is not selling products to the community or services to the community. The primary amount of economic activity is peer-to-peer. It's between explorers. It's between explorer and content creator. It's between DAO and game developer. It is a matrix of transactions where Dukoko is often not involved. And so this allows for a very organically forming economy, all powered by the community. So thank you very much for listening. I know Web3 gaming, AI, and DAOs are massive topics, and could talk about them for hours and hours and hours. And I think this presentation really just touches on the tip of the iceberg for all three and their ability to transform kind of our everyday lives. So happy to stick around and answer questions, and thank you very much for listening.
Yeah. Kevin, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, thank you so much for this great presentation. So now the time to answer some of the questions from the audience. So what are the three particular marketing approaches are you are recommending for promoting blockchain products?
Okay, well, first of all, great question. Thank you. It's pretty hard to answer that definitively because blockchain product is similar to saying software product or mobile application. And so really you have to think about what is it that the blockchain product does, who is its audience, who is its primary user, and then where can you find those users, and where can you build trust through authenticity in your engagement with them. I hope that kind of answers the way to think about that. But social Twitter is really huge. I mean, crypto Twitter is really huge to have a presence in. There are people who are respected and the things that they talk about get attention. You want to have a solid community that is vibrant and active, and that you have people in there keeping things moving, keeping people engaged, making it fun for people involved, and making their voices heard. It's about establishing a dialogue. It's not like going and saying you're going to make paid search programs and just strictly user acquisition, and I'm going to make a 30-second TV spot. It's not like that, but you have to. It's going to be tailor made to the thing that you're building. Blockchain product is a really broad category, so hopefully that's helpful in answering how maybe you should approach your marketing program. But if you have something more specific, and I'd be happy to answer that.
I think there might be a follow-up question after this, but while our audience is asking this, I wanted to ask to provide some additional details. How to join Metaverse Alliance? So basically, you mentioned that relevant companies or relevant individuals are welcome to join. What is the process? Maybe there are you would like to
so you can.
Maybe. Yeah, please, sure.
You can go to oma3.org and hit the button right at the top of the screen, join the Alliance, and follow the process. Easy as that.
What is the link? Please say it again.
Sure. OMA3.org. OMA3.org.
OMA3.org. Open Metaverse. I see. Yeah, building the user method. Yeah, got it. Okay, I am sending it to the chat. And one moment.
And just to provide additional clarity, this is about this is an alliance of organizations, and it's kind of in response to the MSF, the Metaverse Standards Forum, that was led by Meta. Meta and the companies that have joined it in the MSF have demonstrated for a great number of years that they are interested in developing monopolistic extraction, like value extraction models from their user base, whereas the organizations that are a part of OMA3 are they are experienced in creating these token economic models that blend producer, owner, user, to create more equitable, open, transparent systems. So two probably very different approaches, and that's why we're a founder of OMA3 is because we feel that culture is very important when we start to create these standards, these bridges that will connect all these different metaverses and technologies.
Understood. Thank you so much for explanation. So the link is in the comments already. So now probably a follow-up question from the first question. What do you think about the sales of a blockchain product out of the box, out of the box product?
So I don't quite understand your question, but I'm going to try to interpret it. I think that blockchain is a tool. It is something that allows somebody to do something that they want to do in a way that wasn't possible before. That's why we adopt new technologies. They deliver a benefit. I think what's important that the blockchain industry hasn't exactly mastered yet is focusing on the benefits of what a product that uses blockchain can give you, rather than the features of it as a blockchain product. Because when you focus on the features instead of the benefit, it becomes very self-serving. It becomes a solution looking for a problem. And so what I would recommend first is, do you have a very clear benefit story to your target audience that isn't, we are blockchain, come use us. And that's an important part of what you want to communicate, because, the invention of blockchain has allowed for trustlessness between parties. And that is in and of itself a benefit. But so I would say focus on the benefits instead of the blockchain part. Use blockchain appropriately and responsibly, and don't let it crowd out all the other good things that your product does.
Very good answer. Let's wait for our audience. Maybe there will be a follow-up question to this, but there is one more question already there. But before responding to this question, I would like to remind that we are strictly technical research-oriented conference. So basically, nothing here should be constituted or understood as an investment advice, and no responses should be related to any form of investments or different type of things. Because the question is, what does token economy mean? Does it mean a cap table?
No. So a cap table is a ledger of ownership of shares of a private or equity of a private organization, and there are legal systems and case law that surrounds this. And I am not a lawyer, but it is a very different thing. Token economy, utility token or governance token in alien worlds. Basically, the Trillium token provides you governance utility, control over decentralized organizations, and people want that token to be able to exact that control. And then, by token economy, it means what is the utility the token provides? Like, what is it for? And then how is it distributed across interested parties? And then they, that market decides amongst itself what they would like to do with that token for its utility, to be able to trade it within one another. Some people want more of that utility, they want less of the utility. It is an economic system based on the desirability of that token, which is in part a direct function of its utility.
Understood. Yeah, thank you for the response to this question. Are there any other questions from the audience? Let's let's give it maybe a minute for audience to think about it.
Sergey, do you have any questions?
No, I think well, I like your project. I actually like the performance, and I will probably learn more about this. I wanted to ask, maybe there is what platform is it built? Is it Ethereum? You said it is Ethereum, right?
So we're a multi-blockchain architecture. We're across Binance Chain, we're across Ethereum, and we're across WAX. For the technically minded folks, you can head to alienworlds.io, and within the footer of the site, you can find documentation around how Alien Worlds is constructed, the open source nature of it, the tools and APIs that we have available to help you build. And it's a really fun place to be. So definitely head there. First, join the Discord. You can find it at alienworlds.io, and it's a really fun community with a lot of people doing a lot of interesting stuff. Like I said in the presentation, you know, they got a Times Square billboard in New York City. People are building games. People are building explorers, different interfaces for the games that we already have. Really cool place to be. And if you have an idea of something that you'd like to build, you can also reach our grant program, Galactic Hubs, from the website and put in an application to say, I want to build this thing, and this is the amount of trillium I'd like to do it. And then we start that conversation. So lots of ways to get involved. Really fun place to be. I love sci-fi and gaming, and you know, this brings it to a new level.
And the question is, so basically you are interested in developers, users. Are you interested in, for example, new infrastructure technologies to join this? For example, like, I don't know, expand it to another protocols? And if so, how does it work? Because there might be some participants of other protocols who will be reviewing this.
Yeah. So do you mean other layer 1 blockchain?
Yeah.
Anything that the NFTs, anything that any Alien Worlds tokens touch, are a part of the Alien Worlds metaverse. And if you wanted to build a bridge that allowed token, you know, and the token ownership is totally permissionless. So I guess you could take it upon yourself to build bridges in between chains and do with whatever it is that you want to do. By all means, if you wanted to do that, please reach out to Dukoko. We'd love to help in appropriate ways and maybe guide you if that's something that you wanted to do. Yeah. It is a totally on-chain, open, permissionless, decentralized ecosystem.
Understood. Yeah, thank you so much for this information. There are two more questions while we were talking about it. So first one, can you please tell about the perspective of metaverse? How do you see that?
Sure. Okay. So throw a rock and you're going to hit someone with a new. First of all, don't throw rocks, but you know you're going to hit somebody with a new definition of or different definition of what the metaverse is. I don't think that there's a right one. I think there are different ways that we're experimenting. The one that I personally love, that I think Alien Worlds is somewhat heading in this direction. And again, it's an open metaverse and a lot of contributors, and it can become a lot of different things. But you know, Alien Worlds is a fictional universe with alien races and technologies and events and characters, and it's fun to build those stories and create those characters and get lost in it. Except the difference is that the community is able to do that, whereas you know, in other sort of fictional universes, like Star Wars, for example, you really cannot do that in an official capacity. You will receive a cease and desist from Disney and you will get crushed. Not the case in Alien World. So on one hand, I think the metaverse is the evolution of the fictional universe. if you take Star Wars and you were to add blockchain, do you have something that could be considered a metaverse? I think that you could. I think you could. Another way to look at the Alien Worlds metaverse is you can't download it. You can't download the metaverse. You know, if you talk to Meta, the company, they'll tell you that you're in the metaverse when you put on their headset. If you look at some other metaverses in the Web3 industry, they'll tell you that you're in the metaverse when you download it from their website. We say that you're in the metaverse whenever you're engaging with content, whatever that is, that touches the tokens or is set within Alien Worlds, similar to being set within Star Wars. So it takes on this new meaning that, you know, I think isn't being articulated enough in the market. So it's, to answer your question, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I think there aren't any that are right yet. We'll see the ones that are right as time goes on. But I think the way that Alien Worlds is going is a really fun direction that is designed in such a way to allow the most people to be involved, regardless of the way you access through whatever device, whatever game, whatever application. You know, if you're sitting at your computer and you're writing a story about a character set within Alien Worlds, and then you're giving that to the DAOs, for example, the communities, you're engaging with the metaverse and you're not even online yet. So it's a very fun thing.
Well, a very good answer. Thank you for this. There is one more question. How many metaverses are going to appear, and how can they, considering their incredible volume, be run simultaneously?
Well, I don't think it's possible to answer this question.
Well, I know the answer to this question.
It's infinite. It's infinite. I mean, how much? I guess it's like, is it all one metaverse? If each world can connect with each other, is that one metaverse? Is the metaverse the evolution of the internet, or is the metaverse a specific place that you go? You know, I guess the answer would be the capacity of the internet is the capacity of what the metaverse can be.
Yeah. I have to add here that a lot depends on the underlying protocols which are getting developed, and basically when we are heading to the direction where we need like virtually unlimited scalability, there are already technologies which can potentially lead there. And
I would say that the total supply of hardware is the cap for the metaverse. Like the total supply of hardware on the planet that would be required to host blockchain protocols.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, thank you for the answer, and please let us know if you have any more questions. Otherwise, we will be wrapping up this second day of our 3-day first IEEE Ukraine Distributed Ledger Technologies Forum. Are there any more questions?
Great. Well, Sergey, thank you very much for having me. For everybody listening, visit alienworlds.io to check it out. If you're a developer, if you want to be an explorer, if you're just curious, you know, and you can always, if you have an idea, you can email create@dakoko.io. We'd love to hear from you, and there's always a lot going on in Alien Worlds, and hope to see you there. Thank you.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here, and it was a great presentation. Thank you for making it.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.